family.
To see her family supporting her.
I'm afraid we can't support her in this endeavor, Dr. Brennan.
You know, it's not really about Janine. I believe the focus here is Heather.
The child is not blood to us or Janine. I'm sure she'd be better off with her family. Is something amusing?
I keep hearing about this notion of blood bonds making for a family.
I told you. Let's go. Hello? Hey, Nora. No. I'm still looking through stuff for the lawyer. Nervous. Yeah, Terry called earlier. We have been assigned one of the most conservative judges in the state. Yeah, the whole state. No. I'm fine. Thank you. Okay. Bye. I just...
I would endeavor to spare this court and the state from the enormous waste of time of this appeal. My clients, Frank and Evelyn Cataldi, have been given legal custody of their granddaughter, Heather Cataldi. She's flourishing under their care, Your Honor. Florida law is quite clear on the particular issues concerning the appeal of this plaintiff. The law expressly prohibits homosexuals from adopting. I therefore move for dismissal.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Ms. Harrison.
Your Honor, the court in its previous decision separated a 5-year-old child from her parent. Now, I say parent because my client acted in that capacity from the time the child was conceived. Now, no doubt, the court was seeking only to protect and enhance the quality of this child's life. And it did so based on prevailing laws which exist only here in the state of Florida. Now, we seek to show that, in fact, the child's life has not been enhanced. In fact, it has been diminished by this situation. We seek not to grant this woman the right to raise her child, but we seek to grant the child the right that every child in the United States has, and that is the right to go home.
The motion for appeal is granted. Let's proceed, shall we?
Heather's as healthy as can be. She gained some weight and she grew a 1/4 inch.
Tell me, how is she doing emotionally?
Objection, Your Honor. She's not a psychiatrist. It's pure conjecture.
I'll allow it.
She's a very happy little girl. She still gets sad about her mommy sometimes, but so do I. I think that's healthy. And she's so affectionate. All the time she's telling me how much she loves her grandma.
Does she ever talk about Ms. Nilsson?
On occasion. She was concerned when Janine never called or came to visit her. And if Frank and I, we tried to explain it as best we could, and I think she understands. But I am sure that Janine's absence has hurt whatever relationship they had.
Objection, Your Honor. It's conjecture.
I'm aware, Miss Harrison.
That's all right, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Miss Harrison.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Cataldi, where do you reside?
1118 Vista Del Mar.
And prior to adopting Heather, where did you live?
Well, Frank and I have lived there for 14 years.
It's a retirement community, isn't it?
I never heard it referred to that way.
Oh. Well, how many children under the age of 12 live on your block?
I really couldn't say.
Oh, is it 5? Is it 3? Is it 2?
No, well, not on our block.
So Heather really is the only one?
I'm not sure. Possibly.
I last court proceedings, you said you were buying a two-bedroom house on a fairly large residential lot. When do you think you'll take occupancy?
Oh, the house fell through.
Really?
Oh, they wanted way too much money.
So you're looking for another one?
Oh, we are registered with an agent.
Do you have that name?
I don't remember it offhand.
Your present house only has one bedroom, isn't that right?
Yes.
So where does Heather sleep?
Frank sleeps on the couch and Heather bunks in with me.
Every night?
What's wrong with that?
Well, but do you think that that's better than the room she has at Janine's?
I think anything is better for my granddaughter than Janine's house.
You said your granddaughter. That means Heather's not your daughter?
What do you mean?
Well, did you give birth to Heather?
Well, of course I didn't have... Well, that's ridiculous.
Maybe you can clear something up for me. I have a document here. A birth certificate for Heather Janine Nielsen Cataldi. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
And where it says name of mother, a name has been whited out and your name has been placed here. Mrs. Cataldi, how old are you?
Look, we were told that this was the only way we could cut off Heather's visitations with Janine.
But why would you want to do that?
Because she's unstable. Because whenever Heather talks to her, she gets depressed, she gets confused.
Why does she get confused?
Well, wouldn't you be confused if your mother liked girls?
So you think of Janine as Heather's mother?
No! Your Honor, I was just trying to keep my granddaughter away from people like her.
Objection, Your Honor.
Wouldn't you do the same thing to save your own granddaughter?
Objection, Your Honor.
Wouldn't you-
Objection.
wouldn't you?
Objection.
According to all our research, having both a matriarchal and a patriarchal presence in the home is the most beneficial situation for the normal development of a child.
In other words, the situation in the Cataldi home.
Yes.
Thank you, Professor. You're a witness.
Professor, would the results hold true if the child were a victim of abuse?
Objection, Your Honor. There's been no claim of abuse here.
Sustained.
Hypothetically speaking, would the results be the same if the parents were elderly or infirm?
Your Honor.
You stressed hypothetically.
You may answer.
Would all have to be judged case by case. Age alone does not make for unsuccessful parenting.
All right. Well, Professor, does the research show that children of gay parents are more likely to be gay?
No.
In fact, the opposite is more often true than not.
Seems to be.
Are children of gay parents less intelligent,
No.
less successful,
No.
more prone to violence or crime,
No.
less likely to have children,
No.
less capable parents?
No.
So there's nothing anywhere in any study that shows that children raised by gay parents are adversely affected in any way.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Thank you.
Janine suffered a nervous collapse brought on by exhaustion and profound depression. Under the circumstances, quite understandable. She's responded well to grief therapy and has been off all medication for several months. I see no indication of any reoccurrence, and I would say that she is as emotionally sound as anyone I know. She's stressed, but quite capable.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Melissa Nielsen.
I never knew my sister was a lesbian until she told us. She's always been respectful and caring. My parents cannot accept who she is, and they've made it impossible for her to be with us. She once told me that Mr. and Mrs. Cataldi were far more loving and accepting than Mom and Dad, that they were her family. She loved them. I don't know what she could have done that they would take her child.
Ms. Nielsen, you and Sandra Cataldi were partners, you said?
Yeah.
Loving partners?
Yeah.
Sexual partners?
Objection. It's irrelevant.
Overruled.
Sexual partners.
Yes.
Were you and Sandra Cataldi married?
Not legally.
Why not?
This state does not allow same-sex marriages.
Did you impregnate Sandra Cataldi?
I was present at the insemination.
So no biological part of you caused her to become pregnant?
Obviously not.
So there is no biological connection between you and Heather Cataldi?
No.
Do you accept there is a biological connection between Heather and the Cataldis?
Yes.
But you do not acknowledge that that gives them superior claim of kinship or guardianship?